How do you do? We are here. We got the new Shoeonhead from yesterday. MAGA was right. We were crazy. Are Democrats occur? I have no idea. I'm not on either side. I don't really care. I think everybody just mind their own daggone business. And everybody'd be a lot happier if they got on the internet a whole lot less. Well, this is Commie Mommy Shoeonhead. So if you like the video, go check her out. I will have it linked in the description as I do all the videos. So let's hop right into this. I'm so excited to be back in a reaction on Shoe.
1. A new phrase coined by leftists and Democrats online that is being used to distance themselves from the terrible PR disaster that was the last few years for the left in America. Nancy Pelosi kneeling in full African garb to honor George Floyd?
That color doesn't even work for her.
Why, that was just woke one. And how, in my opinion, that was not woke one, and how woke one actually started in like 2012, 2014 with Gamergate, Me Too, Tumblr era feminism.
As someone who is obscenely old, listen to Uncle Jolly when he tells you, that's not when it started. It started a very long time ago, and it has not stopped. It dies down a little bit once you give them what they want or you shut them up, but eventually they find something else that they can rise up against and pretend to be victims for.
The whole pre-Trump era wokeness, before it was even called woke. And I talked about how I don't want them to rewrite history and pretend this all started in like 2020. After uploading that video on Woke One, I thought I was free. That I would never have to hear the insufferable, delusional term Woke One.
Except she's on the internet, so she's never free. None of us are until you put the phone down and walk away. Go get a breath of fresh air. Go pet a wild animal. They'd love that. Maybe go find yourself a girl or a fella to smooch. I don't care. I don't judge. If they're secretly a furry or something, then you know what? You do you, boo. Just go find a real life that will make you much happier than staying glued to your phone online, talking to people who will never care about you on Twitter or Blue Sky if that's your thing. But you're not going to be happy as long as you're staring at a screen.
Ever again. I thought I could finally move on with my life. Yeah, I thought.
What do you make of those controversial
Who gave her permission to think? Did her husband give her permission to think?
statements? I'm sure you've seen. I mean, she's, the Thanksgiving dust up, abolished prisons, abolished police.
Francesca Hong has made clear her present stances to her electorate.
Yeah, she's moved away from a lot
Right,
of that.
she's moved away from it. Of course, rhetoric in that time is not rhetoric that we would use today. I have a local city councilman that has this saying, woke one was crazy.
I'm going to need her to clarify whether she agrees with that or not, though. Aw, Democrats. Okay.
Now, as an ex-AOC fangirl.
Okay. That's unfortunate. She lost cool points. And she lost them in Spanish.
I feel like I am well within my rights to say, not so fast, bitch. I watched these people go from anti-establishment, fighting the man, become the most preachy, buck-broken, neutered HR department Karens in real time. I remember when she broke away from the...
It was like pulling teeth. AOC backed away from Sanders' campaign after Joe Rogan endorsement. Tobias, who knows?
The Bernie Sanders campaign after he dared go on Joe Rogan. I watched this all happen, and I held on. I held on for a long time. Many would say too long, in fact. But this clip of AOC...
Well, who amongst us hasn't held on for too dadgum long on something that we thought maybe could possibly work out if we just gave it a little bit more time? Well, let me tell you, time doesn't really fix most things. I know they say time heals all wounds. Not true. Wounds are healed by your red blood cells. They need time to do it, but it's not the time healing the wounds. It's the time given to the red blood cells to do their thing. You have to take action or time means nothing.
Talking about woke one really solidified how I've been feeling
Woke uno.
for the past few years. In this video, I will be responding to AOC trying to walk back woke one in what I can only assume is a desperate attempt to distance herself from the more crazy people in her movement before a future presidential run. Now,
Let's face it, there's a lot of crazy people in her movement. they get into a lot of trouble for it. They do need to wrangle those people in. I'm just saying. They're making them look horrible. The Democrats used to have a lot to offer, and then they just gave in to all the insanity of the wrong people on their side. The loudest people were running the movement, and that is not a way you actually get to actually do anything at all. You don't get elected because people don't want to elect crazy. We all deal with crazy in our lives. We don't want more of it, especially not telling us what to do.
While politicians are out here trying to dodge accountability for things that they've said and done, the rest of us are out here figuring out how the fuck we're gonna afford anything. People are getting squeezed from every direction. Rent costs too much, groceries cost too much, everything costs too much. At this point, I'm scared to open my wallet because I know it's gonna be empty. Actually, that's not true. It's full of shit. Just
I keep a little bit of cash in there just in case. I have 2 cards, both debits. One goes to my savings and one goes to my bank account where I actually spend money. I have a card in here. Hold on. It's a Darkwing Duck wallet. I'm going to open it for you. I got my real ID, my old moped license, and my Kohl's card, which I should probably start using. I'm going to buy Christmas presents with that so I can start upping my credit a little bit more. I stopped upping. I upped my credit up until I got a car, and then I stopped upping my credit because the car payments were doing that. But then I finished paying it off 2 years ago, and I haven't done anything with it yet. I got my medical card. I got the I was about to say the name of the school, but it's the little it's like a little pass for parking at the high school my niece went to. It was for her graduation. Very proud of her. Oh my god, I forgot I had. Oh, and my discount card for work, and that's it. That's all I got in there.
random gift cards from 2011 that I've never used. I don't even
Oh, I still have my DoorDash gift card for $25 from last Christmas. Have not used it yet.
know what half this stuff is. But thankfully, I have a product that can help with just that. So before we get into today's video, let's quickly give a
Smooth commie mommy. Good for you.
shout out to today's sponsor, Ridge.
I thought she was doing a
Ridge
bit.
is known
Nope,
for
she was trying to tell me stuff.
creating
Whoa.
premium-
Whoa, hold on. Blonde shoe. I don't usually like blonde, but what the crap is this? This is working.
Minimalist wallets that can hold up to 12 cards and conveniently store your cash.
I don't
They're
have
made
12
with
cards.
RFID
I just went through it. I only have like 3.5 cards.
blocking technology, which protects you from wireless identity theft. One of the things I love about their products is they come in so many different designs. Their store features over 30 unique colors and styles. My
I see the cowboy boots, hat, and gun.
favorite right now is the titanium purple. I love
That looks like a power button on the back.
the sleek
Is that
design,
intentional?
and I love the very subtle purpley color. I think it's gorgeous.
I do love a good subtle purple. I don't like it in your face too much. It looks kind of gaudy, but a good subtle purple really passes by the eye in a pleasing way.
Another cool product that works well with the wallet is the Ridge Tracker card. It's like an
Tracker?
AirTag in the shape of a credit card. You just put it right in your wallet, and if you ever lose your wallet, you can find its location right from your phone. Plus,
I kind of like that red,
it
white, and
charges
blue design,
wirelessly
not because
and
it's
can last up
American,
to 5 months.
because it looks kind of 80s, and I'm into that.
Full charge. But Ridge isn't just focused on wallet.
Not always. I'm not always into the 80s designs and stuff. It's just, it's so overdone at this point, but sometimes it's done in a nice, subtle way, like that little card she's holding, like the little wallet.
Anymore. They also created a very useful 5-in-1 power bank. It comes
frick?
with MagSafe wireless charging and even a charging pad for your Apple Watch. Ridge has also created new 24-ounce
Bold
water
of you to
bottles.
assume I
I've
could
got
afford an
the
Apple Watch.
American traditional design. I love it. It's so cute. It's like little retro tattoos made from double-walled stainless steel.
Oh, fun fact. I was going through my chest of treasures. I have some tattoos from the 90s. You know where you put like a quarter in a machine and it gives you like a temporary tattoo out of it? I have some of those. One of them, I think, is a Britney Spears sticker, not a tattoo. And the other one is like dragon tattoos that are so freaking 90s and I love them.
It keeps your drink nice and cold for hours. I'm taking a trip to Italy soon, and I'm definitely going to bring the water bottle and the wireless charger. These will come in handy. I think Ridge's products are great, but don't just take my word
Honestly,
on
a
it.
wireless
Ridge has
charger
over
will always come in
100,000
handy. I
5-star
recommend it. I highly
reviews.
recommend it.
And now they even have something extra special. This year, Ridge is hosting a massive sweepstakes, and this time 2 people can win. The winners get to choose from a Lamborghini Huracan
I don't want that. It looks cool, but I do not want to drive that.
Sterato, a Hennessy Velociraptor,
That looks like it takes so much gas.
Raptor, a Ford Bronco,
I like the coloring on that. It's kind of Superman-ish, and I dig that. And it actually stands out from the two black designs that are way try-hard.
or $100,000 in cash.
That one right there, the $100,000 in cash.
The giveaway runs until September 8th.
I will buy me a cheap car, like a $10,000 car, and I'll spend the rest of that like buying a home or something.
There are tons of ways you can enter, but you can also just
Nah, I'd probably just put the rest of it in like a high-yield savings account or investment.
enter it for free. But if you want to boost your chances, every Ridge purchase gets you additional entries. So head over to ridge.com/shoe to check out their collection and enter the 2026 sweepstakes for free using my link. Big thanks to Ridge for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad. And
I would never Shoe. You were absolutely delightful.
now, back to the video. Now, before we get into the real meat of this, the real juicy, this is the politician AOC
Why would you make that noise? You know this. Oh, she knows why. It triggered people.
and the interviewer are talking about. Francesca Hong is a progressive DSA candidate who recently lost her primary. Francesca Hong has
Well deserved. She was very racist. We don't want that here.
a few interesting tweets from 2020. Who among us does not? But
Can we talk about how that fish was kind of hot? Hey, no, hey, oh, okay, I know what she's talking about. Yeah, I get it. He had that deep voice. He was voiced by somebody who's actually funny and kind of good looking. I don't know good looking guys unless it's like ridiculously good looking, like Henry Cavill. Is it Henry Cavill or Cavill? Either way, I know what she's talking about. Yeah, that fish, I get that, and I'm sure he could get that.
most notably, one about wanting to cancel Thanksgiving. Cancel Thanksgiving. Should have done this in 1621.
She's not even from here. What does she care?
If it takes a worldwide pandemic for us to realize we should stop celebrating colonialism and the original super spreader event that killed indigenous folks and women, so be it. Please don't gather for the colonizer holiday. Please do wear.
Dude, if you want to not celebrate holidays that came from colonizing something, you're going to have to cancel most of the holidays around the world.
A mask. I forget that people actually speak like this, and it's not just like some conservative parody of liberals.
One thing that they brought up as well was a post from you in 2021 where you said Americans should cancel Thanksgiving, should have done this in 1621. Do you still believe that Thanksgiving should be canceled?
I'm a chef. Bringing folks around the table
Who cares?
To share conversation and build community is always a good thing. But Thanksgiving is also a time that's incredibly painful for many people in our community.
Who? Name one. Name one. Name one person you've talked to that said it was painful. I don't believe she's ever actually talked to a Native American, not once in her life.
Don't get me wrong, I love the struggle session they're putting these candidates through, reading their old woke 1.0 tweets back at them. Like a dog that peed on the carpet. What is this? What is this? But the quotes and replies from like Democrats and leftists on this were even funnier. Is it so hard to just say, no, I do not want to cancel Thanksgiving? Even if you do want to.
Okay, yeah, this person is like, okay, we get it. That was crazy. Please don't acknowledge it, even if you do want it. Oh man, they just cannot make up their mind, can they?
Just lie? Why is she catering so hard to the fringe? Does she want to lose her election? Why can't she just lie? This woman is an optics nightmare. Just say no. Say it was a joke. Say it was woke one. Just lie.
Okay, so they've already coordinated to use woke one. Okay.
For fuck's sake. Just say no. Just lie, please. No, she shouldn't lie, and she's not trying to cater. This is what she truly believes. And the people.
Yeah, as insane as it is, at least she's owning up to it, and I appreciate that. I would rather know someone's crazy than they lie, and then I find out when surprise.
Should know exactly what.
Trust me, you don't want to be surprised by crazy. That is not a situation you can handle that well. Because you don't know what they're going to do, and if you're not properly prepared for the kind of crazy that they're going to bring, ooh, you are walking on fire, baby.
She believes. She has talked about her half-white son, that he gives her, quote, proximity to whiteness.
I wasn't always aware of the struggles of other communities of color because for me, assimilation always kind of took over. And so I did marry, my proximity to whiteness continues, right? My son is biracial, he's half.
Her husband's white? and that's a bad thing for her, then why did she marry? I don't understand. Like, why would you marry him if you didn't want white in your life?
White and half Korean.
I love the hesitation. She's like, I married a... My child is half white. She can't even, like, bring herself to say it. Activists in the streets, colonized in the sheets. Many such cases. Also, Francesca Hong just, like, hates all...
IT bro who was working on our computer remotely changed the background theme to snow and Christmas trees. I feel slightly attacked. Oh my god, how soft can you be? Also, I feel like he didn't do that. There was no way the IT bro who was working on your computer, y'all's computer, because you said ours, remotely changed the background theme. Why would they do that to you on purpose?
holidays,
I do not enjoy fireworks. Shocker, you don't like fun things.
apparently. This woman is straight up Grinch maxing. She's got a hate
Oh my god, she is! And not in a fun way where she's actually entertaining. She's just miserable and sad.
tweet for every fucking holiday, I swear to God. Except for Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa to all those celebrating this time of diversity and culture. May this first day of unity be shared with you. Okay, so she likes fun for the right people.
Of course. Why would she hate Kwanzaa? When asked how her
Then, when asked how her long-term vision of a world without prisons would work, Hong said, "What I know is attainable, and the policies that actually meet the urgency of the moment and understanding the realities of it means that we have to ensure that we're funding our local governments, that we're bringing justice to victims." She added more succinctly, "What may have been aspirational is not primary."
long-term vision of a world without prisons would work, Hong said, "What I know is attainable, and the policies that actually meet the urgency of the moment and understanding the realities of it means we have to ensure that we're funding our local governments, that we're bringing justice to victims."
That is not answering the question, by the way.
She added, "What may have been aspirational is not primary." What may have been aspirational. So it's still an aspiration. It's still a goal. It's just not the primary one. Interesting. Also, her opponent said this.
People try to call me the establishment. I look at that as a slur, particularly as an African American candidate.
So, cancel Thanksgiving or establishment is a
Okay, that was two awful choices right off the bat. I'm so sorry for whoever had to vote for that.
racist slur. Your Democratic Party, sir. Anyway, my point is, Francesca Hong's old tweets about defunding the police and whiteness and Thanksgiving, they were being all hand-waved away by AOC as just simply being woke one.
Woke one was crazy.
Okay, so she's eating her own party. Got it. Surprise.
Woke one was crazy. But if you said woke one was crazy during woke one, you are a racist fascist Nazi. The citation of woke 1.0 or woke 1 is now a common shorthand among parts of the online left to describe and distance themselves from what they view as a more dated or inconvenient aspects of the impassioned social justice activism they participated in during the late 2010s and early 2020s. In 2021, Chai O-Sing
Wow, it lasted a decade. Good for them. Way to whine for 10 years straight.
campaigning for New York City Council, tweeted, "A cis white man should not be the next speaker of the council." When a critic of his on X unearthed that old post earlier this year, Osei, now a council member, gave a pithy response. Woke one was crazy. "We all got a bit crazy back then. We did some jello shots and got on the bar and took off our tops and burned the city down and got people fired from their jobs for having opinions Obama had 15 years ago. You can't spend like 10 years bullying people into the most retarded asocial political opinions under the coercion of social ostracization or getting fired from their job, then turn around and just be like, that just happened."
Yeah, you can't ruin lies and then be like, "Oh man, we didn't know any better." You were full-grown adults doing that, and you didn't care, and you don't care now.
My career for like a decade has been calling this out, has been trying to tell the left and the Democratic Party that this woke shit was toxic and would drive people away from them. And for 10 years, I was called a racist, sexist, pick-me, fascist, not.
She's not a pick-me because she already got picked. She found herself a nice fella. She settled down, and they recently had a kid, and she loves that kid. She's been posting pictures with the kid, and rightfully has been blurring the kid out, like hiding them behind emojis and stuff like that. Do not put your kid on the internet. She's doing it the right way. It's adorable, though.
Nazi, every ism under the sun. And now they're just conceding to that and acting like it never happened. And you just expect us to, what? Move on? I've been like a dog chasing a car, and I finally got the car, and I don't know what to do with it. Like, first of all, why as a Democratic politician would you say this? You're basically saying like, yeah, MAGA was right, we were crazy. Like, okay, what else are they right about then? Even
Yeah, that was bold. That was bold to say that the Republicans were right. Not the normal Republicans. The crazy Republicans were also very, very vocal about this in a way that was not exactly sane. There's crazies on both sides, unfortunately. And they're the loudest ones.
from like an AOC fan point of view, this just makes her look completely unserious and makes like the progressive movement look completely unserious, which it is. Why should anyone trust a politician who can get swept up in mass hysteria so easily? How can I trust that won't happen again? How can I trust in 5 years from now, you won't just call whatever it is you're advocating for now woke too and dismiss it as crazy?
They will.
Free Palestine. Woke too was crazy. Like, what do you believe in? Could you imagine Republicans being like, January 6th one was crazy?
Honestly, I would love it if they countered with that. It would be so funny. You know, a little bit of crazy on both sides countering each other. A little ping pong.
Basically, I said this all on Twitter, and people were like already making videos of it. AOC panics after Shoeonhead calls her. Like, that didn't even happen. Like, I don't think AOC even knows I exist.
She will soon.
I love the thumbnail on this one. Shoe bitch slaps AOC.
Oh, that'd be so funny if she did that, though. I'd pay so much money to see that.
Who the fuck is this? Is that Shoe bitch? Ah, yes, the infamous, notorious Shoe bitch.
That's her rap name, I'm guessing.
Going around slapping women. Every time I log onto YouTube, I'm destroying and slapping and finishing on people. If you didn't know who I was, you would think I was some, like, psychopathic rapist. And then you click on the video and it's just like, I posted a tweet. Anyway, back to the point. When a citizen
Hey, you can verbally slap someone with a tweet. I'm just saying.
changes their mind on something, that's totally normal, that's totally natural. Many things can happen in the span of years that can change your mind on something. It's perfectly normal to evolve and grow. And it's fine if you're a politician and you change your mind on something, but, and this is a big but, this is a fat ass. If you're a politician and you change
Okay, dumpy. Let's go. Her point has a dumpy.
your mind on something, I want to know exactly why you changed your mind.
Yeah, I need
When
details.
You changed your mind.
She said someone else said that it was crazy. She didn't say it was crazy, and she didn't say whether she agreed with it or not.
Be transparent. What about woke 1, really woke 2 in my opinion, don't you agree with anymore? Why didn't the interviewer ask AOC that question? Like, what was crazy about woke 1? Trans women are women, DEI, white privilege, defund the police, the Green New Deal, like what? What? Tell us. What? Tell the class. I've talked about this a few times in a few videos.
That's why nobody trusts journalists anymore. They just don't care. They just want the interview, and they don't want to actually have any integrity whatsoever during the interview or after the interview. They just want to be like, I interviewed AOC, I have cred.
But one example of me changing my mind, I was way more critical of the police back in like 2020, like borderline ACAB. I was also single, depressed, living in my parents' basement, smoking weed every day, but I'm sure that had
Ooh, I've been several of those. Not all of them. I've never done drugs.
nothing to do with it. I can tell you that moving from the suburbs to the city, taking public transportation, having a kid, seeing firsthand how bad things are and how bad things can get, actually experiencing the world outside of my bubble is what changed my mind on that topic and a whole bunch of other topics.
Oh yeah, living in a bubble will absolutely destroy you if you don't go outside of it. If you just sit there online listening to, and that was like the fourth time I'm telling you guys this today, but if you sit there online, listen to the people who agree with you and never listen to people who have dissenting opinions, you're never going to grow as a person. I mean, there's nothing wrong. If you want to live in a bubble, live in the bubble. But you are never going to be a good person. You're going to be an obnoxious person who thinks they're always right because you're being reinforced by everyone around you. I have channels that I follow on YouTube that I don't always agree with, and some of them I almost never agree with. Like, what was her name? The girl who's been ruining gaming. I forgot her name. She had the feminist frequency. Anita Sarkeesian. That's it. I followed her for a couple years because I liked listening to someone who has a point of view I never thought of. Even if I didn't agree with everything she was saying, or in this case, one of the channels that most of what they're saying I don't agree with, I still listened because I thought it was important to hear things from another side. I also listened to Melanie Mack for a while. She was kind of crazy, but I did like some of her opinions on some things. And then she said something so crazy I had to unfollow her. Oh, what was it? It was when someone went into that church that was only for gay people, and they started shooting it up. And then she supported that because gays shouldn't be in church, like committing sacrilege or something like that. And I'm like, okay, that was too much. That was way too much. There is no possible way you can defend something like that. It's crazy. And then I unfollowed her because there's only so much I could take of somebody just being so stupid. Like, at least Anita Sarkeesian was slightly entertaining in her stupidity. And every now and then said something that I was like, okay, yeah, I can kind of get that. That's a little much. And then the quartering, I watched his videos. He was very far right, but that also, much like Melanie Mack, went to a point where I'm like, I don't want to follow you anymore. Now, all these people, I do watch their videos for like a year or two, and then they do something so just absurd that I cannot go through with like watching any more of their videos, and I do not want to support them anyway. But I give them a chance, years worth of chances, just to say that I tried. I absorbed opinions that I don't necessarily agree with, but I'm hearing it from someone who has their own bubble that they live in, so I know what's going on here and here and here, far left, far right, even crazy people in the center. I think it's important to keep your ears open and your mind open and just take in other opinions, even if you don't like them. At least they're rattling around in your head with everything you hear in your bubble, and they're clashing, and that's how you grow as a person. You sort out all the information once you have it, and then decide what you believe and who you are. And that's how you become a great person. I'm sorry, I don't know how to explain this very well. This is just the way I feel. I mean, you may disagree, and that's okay. That's exactly what I'm trying to get at. Even if you don't agree, I'm glad you listened. Mwah.
So I want to know, AOC and other politicians, what about woke one do you disagree with now? What's sad is, if this was like 5 years ago, I'd be like, hell yeah, AOC has finally seen the light. Woke is bad, so true. Now we can get real things done, comrade. But it's not 5 years ago. I'm a grown up now, and this is extremely pathetic. As a politician, you need to be transparent. I'm gonna bird hands at you. Be transparent.
Bird hands or pecker. Oh, I shouldn't say pecker. Sorry, YouTube.
The people who act like we need to be apologizing for shit our ancestors did 400 years ago, acting like 2020 never happened. I'm not buying it, sorry. These issues were f***ing, like, existential to these people a few years ago, and now it's just like, no big deal. It was just a phase, Mom. I'm just a silly 30-year-old teenage politician. My concern is—
Yeah, AOC seems like a spoiled brat who never really grew up, and that's why I've never got behind her. And I know where she grew up. Very rich neighborhood.
Really that Democrats are admitting this stuff was wrong and deeply unpopular. My concern is I don't see anything preventing from that happening again. There's literally some assemblywoman in Brooklyn right now running on some woke one-ass shit as we speak, talking about how stealing should be legal, actually. No one should be arrested.
Hold on. No one should be arrested, much less jailed, for stealing a tube of toothpaste. Incarceration separates people from their jobs, support services, and loved ones. It perpetuates cycles of poverty. No, I'm pretty sure not arresting people perpetuates cycles of poverty and crime. Because people steal from other people. If you don't arrest people for stealing, the people they're stealing from are going to become impoverished. And crime will go up because there's no actual punishment. There's no repercussions. That's a fact. No matter how much fear-mongering the right-wing media... You think it's right-wing to punish... Okay,
Much
wow.
less jailed.
Okay, well... Okay, well, we see what kind of person is saying it. What do we think about that? That's about who I would expect to say it.
Stealing a tube of toothpaste. Incarceration separates people from their jobs, support service, and loved ones. It perpetuates a cycle of poverty and crime, no matter how much fear-mongering the right-wing media does. These people aren't stealing toothpaste because they have to brush their teeth. These people are stealing things in bulk to sell on Facebook Marketplace. We have food banks, food stamps, charity for poor people who can't actually afford toothpaste. If I could go back in time and tell myself one thing, it would be, criminals are not Aladdin. Criminals are not Aladdin.
Huh? Oh, cause he steals? He's a thief? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but he is a street rat. I guess. I don't know if you want to compare them to like a Disney. I guess that is the way they're seeing them, though. Okay, I see what she's saying now. Like, it took me a second. I had to put all those pieces together for me. If I could go back in time, though, I would tell myself, actually, a whole lot of stuff. We don't have time to get into that.
Criminals are not Aladdin! And it would make everyone's lives incredibly easier if there was actually some deterrent against crime. Yes. Otherwise, what's the point? Why should anyone go to work and spend their hard-earned money when we can just steal? Crime is legal now. Laws. Drunk driving is not illegal on stolen land. I don't think they understand just how incomprehensible some of their worldview actually is.
So if my daughter is assaulted and raped, is there any agency that would seek to find her assailant and bring him to justice?
Of course, yeah, of course.
What would it be if not police, and where would he be if not a jail?
So I guess I really want to avoid getting kind of caught into these hypotheticals and talk
What she means is she didn't think this through. Please stop.
more about the reality that we're actually facing right now, which is that we're spending in absolutely outrageous amounts of money on police and policing.
What hypothetical? That's the entire idea. That's the entire policy, and you can't explain.
Yeah, like your entire point was hypothetical situation. He's just countering with his own hypothetical situation to find out where your stance actually is, and turns out where you're standing is a very rickety bridge about a foot wide. And you're not sure how you're going to get across it because you have vertigo. You were walking around on vertigo.
Abolish prisons. Where do the bad people go? I don't know. Like, yeah. Okay. In a functioning society, people like that would be forced to dig ditches in a work camp forever. Useless. Sorry, I'm chutting out so hard in this video.
It's okay. Get the chut out. Get the chut out. Somebody go slap her on the back. Gentle pats on the back like you're trying to burp a child. Just gotta get the chut out.
My luteal phase. I have a pimple. I have a pimple. For the first time in like 15 years, I'm stressing out so hard. What the f? Anyway, despite the...
I feel like that might have been the kid. As much as she loves that kid, kids are stressful.
Republicans completely dropping the ball right before midterms. Surprise! War in the Middle East forever! The sudden walk back about Woke 1 clearly shows the Democrats are still struggling with PR. If only there was some sort of left-wing Joe Rogan.
I knew where that was going. Oh, dog abuser Piker. Okay.
I'm the king of Woke 1.0, that I was Mr. Radlib, right? I never was. I have a pretty open mind to unlimited progress, but I also understand how people operate. Like I never did the Latinx thing. Like I have been dark woke before dark woke was invented. Like this is the headquarters of dark woke.
Not the dude who called me emo, calling himself dark woke. What the actual f is dark woke?
What is dark woke? Dark woke is just... Democrats are just as woke as we were in Woke 1.0. The messaging is what's important. It is aggressive.
The entire idea of dark woke seems to be that regular woke was too polite and too wholesome.
Oh, crazy. Okay.
Dark woke for me is we are fighting for good and for equality and for social justice for everybody, but we don't mind saying F you.
Dark woke, get it? It's like woke, but we're mean. You already are mean.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about? I feel like it's already pretty mean without it being dark.
People hated you. You were finger-wagging, morally righteous woke scolds. The problem was never that the left was insufficiently mean online. God forbid someone say the wrong word, liked the wrong tweet, or failed to participate in the latest virtue signal humiliation ritual. And I'm sorry, can we just go back to that Hasan clip real quick?
I have a pretty open mind to unlimited progress.
What the f? does unlimited progress mean? Considering these guys think progress is like a literal linear line where just more and more people get rights. So like what the does that mean? Pedophile rights, zoophile rights? What unlimited
I'm sure Hasan would love for pedos to get their own rights. It's a very near and dear to his heart that happens.
progress are we talking about here, buddy? Because that sounds pretty woke to me. We did so much progress to the gender discussion. We somehow looped back around to little boys liking pink means they're gay. But wokely, no son of mine is gonna play with Barbies. That must mean he's a girl. You people are lost in the sauce.
Mendami's aide, his top aide, Sia Weaver, said if you don't believe in the government's sacred right to seize property, it's over. And impoverish the white middle class.
Beast mode. I love her so much. What is
Does he realize he is also white and will become impoverished by their policies? Because they start with the middle class, and then they work their way up to knock everybody down so that they're equally poor and dependent on the government.
things about Zoran is that the people surrounding him oftentimes are so much cooler than he is.
I like how in the video where he defends himself from people criticizing that clip, he's like, guys, come on, it was just a joke, guys, come on. In the description of that video, he's like, anti-white racism, which doesn't exist. Definitely not woke one. All right, buddy. Sorry. It's so hard not to just make the entire video clowning on that goofball. Like, bro was in a suit at a pool party. The man is a cartoon character. I don't want to make videos about Hasan.
Honestly, he really is.
You can't escape him now.
I don't know if you've ever seen the Muppets or how deep down that rabbit hole is. If he was one of the Muppets, he would be Sam Eagle, who takes himself and everything he does so seriously that it becomes absolutely absurd and starts getting in the way of everyone else trying to have shenanigans. But he also is still a Muppet. So he is completely unaware of how ridiculous he sounds because he gets things wrong all the time, but he's so confident with it that it sounds like he knows what he's talking about. But everyone else around him is like, that doesn't sound right. And he's just blissfully unaware of how dumb he is. Because no matter how seriously he takes himself and everything he does, at the end of the day, he's still a Muppet, and he can't help it.
Nowadays, because the media won't shut the f up about him. Fox News is just hyper-focusing on him every single day to go after the Democrats, because I guess they have nothing else. And then the response to all the Hasan stuff coming out on the right, coming out on Fox News, is then like left-wing journalists making more puff pieces, taking more photo shoots of Hasan in his mansion, and all these outlets calling him like a terrorist and a communist just makes him sound way more important and like way cooler than he actually is. Nothing hurts this dude more than reminding him that he is literally just a Twitch streamer. I don't want the focus of American politics to center around a f***ing Twitch streamer. Like, I don't understand the media's obsession with this guy, but at the same time, I don't think Hasan is the best wagon to hitch yourself to if you're the Democratic Party. There are other internet
that thing is rolling down the hill ready to crash.
You could do that with. Like, God, the left really has nobody. No, he's a sex pest.
I think they all are.
She's a sex pest. Damn it. I don't know. There's gotta be someone with way less baggage than Hasan Piker. Like, why don't you hitch your wagon to someone like that? Instead of Hasan, who, every time he's rightfully criticized, hides behind how he just wants to give us health care. Death to the West! Let the streets run with their capitalist blood! Whoa, dude, you're making us look bad. Oh, I'm just a little healthcare boy! You wouldn't criticize a little healthcare boy.
Is this her Hasan Piker impression? Dude, I am so in for this. Oh, please, more of this. This is my favorite show.
Now, would you? I don't care anymore. I wash my hands of this. There's gonna be like 25 videos uploaded after this. Like, Shoeonhead bends Hasan over and f***s and f***s and f***s. Like, great. Can't wait. Remember that big study?
That sounds like a Tectone or a Nuxtaku thing. Tectone is the one who pioneered Shoeonhead finishes on Hasan. That was great. That was, dude, that was just great. I don't know who like labels his videos. I assume he doesn't do it. Pay them more.
We talked about that was done after the Democrats lost the election, that showed the most popular Democrat positions were things related to economic issues, and the least popular policies were things like abolishing the police, abolishing prisons, and like open border policies. People don't f***ing want to abolish the police. They do not want to abolish prisons. They don't want to talk about whiteness or whatever the f***. Talk to actual workers about them. Like, talk to actual blue-collar workers. They hate this shit. And they hate you. They hate you because...
That's true. A lot of people I work with are Democrats, and they spend a lot of time making fun of Trump. It's really, really weird. Like, they don't ever actually talk about Democratic policies. The only thing they ever say that's political is they hate Republicans and they hate Trump. Never anything good about their side. Nothing they want done on their side. It's just all negative about the opposite side. I'm not even... Honestly, I can see why they work at Walmart. No offense. You can't work there if you didn't just, like, make bad decisions.
You suck, but they also hate you because you hate them. Like I said 500 billion times before, more people would be on board with what the left was saying, or at least, like, sit down and listen to you if you dropped the gay race Marxist bullshit. How do I know this?
She was one.
The DSA and the left and the Democrats, they have to distance themselves from the...
She was the little Democrat boy.
Goofy, destructive, identity-polic, asocial bullshit. And in order to do that, you actually have to mean it, not just laugh it off. But I don't think they can, because this stuff is just so deeply ingrained in socially progressive politics. A lot of this stuff isn't woke one. It's just part of dismantling whiteness and the patriarchy, destroying hierarchies, subverting norms, or whatever the f. That cancel Thanksgiving tweet wasn't just some, like, silly haha woke one bullshit. But you know, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is what...
It's because she's not American. She's from another country. She has no love or happy memories for the holiday of Thanksgiving. Maybe if she had spent enough time here and celebrated, if she grew up here and had joyful memories of spending time with her family for Thanksgiving, she would understand what it's about. It has nothing to do with Native Americans who kind of do their own thing, and a lot of them are on the reservations screwing each other over. Because you think we were the greedy ones? No. Those reservations, they basically destroy each other on those reservations, because the top 1%, like everywhere else in the world, the top 1% gets that way because they take it from everyone else below them. They are no different.
I've been asking for a decade. Maybe this is a new era for the Democrats. Could AOC actually have changed her mind? Yes, it's totally possible, yes. AOC and I are like the same age. She's like a year older than
They're twinsies!
me. She's still pretty young. 35 is young, right?
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
possible
yeah,
that in
yeah.
her time being a politician, her mind has changed on a few
Guys, if a girl asks you that, just say yes.
things. But it lines up suspiciously well with a run for president in 2028. So forgive me if I'm a little bit skeptical. I see a lot of Republicans online like, do it, AOC, run for president. Don't get too cocky. You may be surprised. The American people are an enigma, and we might...
Oh, you got 2 years to ruin it, AOC, and something tells me you're gonna ruin it like you do every single time you try.
Might see a pretty big pendulum swing. As hard as it is for some hyper-partisan brained people to hear, not everyone voting for these DSA candidates are like crazy commies or something. Just like not everyone who voted for MAGA in 2016 when Trump promised to bring jobs back and he will remember the forgotten man and whatever. Those people weren't Nazis. When people can't afford a house, a car, to get married, to have kids, you cannot be shocked when they start looking for options outside of the establishment. Huey Long, one of my favorite politicians, believed that if
She made a video about it. Go and watch it if you're interested in why.
people had their needs met and were content and happy and had jobs and could feed their families, communism or fascism would never come to America because people would have no reason to revolt or want those things. They would be happy with what they had. He believed that extreme economic inequality created political instability. And as the economy continues to go to shit and wages don't increase, and retards like Dan Crenshaw respond to these issues with basic...
Just hearing about this dumb $20 burrito debate. So just thought I'd make the losers on social media angry before going to bed. Stop whining, get a job, eat ramen like the rest of us did in college on a budget with 4 roommates. Honestly, kind of aggressive, but not wrong. If the burrito was $20, don't freaking buy a $20 burrito. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of ramen. If you were young enough to handle all that sodium without it negatively affecting you, like the older you get, the less you're going to want to do that. As much as I would love to eat a cheap life of ramen and like Chef Boyardee, I can't just like go out there and eat all that sodium and preservatives. That's why I've limited myself to 2 fast food days a week. And one of them's Friday when I play Marvel Rivals with my friend and I get some Wendy's. Not changing that one.
Basically, let them eat ramen. We are going to see people moving to all different directions on the political spectrum. Personally, until there's a Democratic Party that isn't prisoner to identity politics or isn't completely cucked by race grievance, I'm not a Democrat. And until there's a Republican Party that actually cares about workers and isn't completely cucked to a certain foreign country, I'm not a Republican. I'm trying to look like Hasan. I look like a f***ing femboy. Wait, hold on.
You kind of do.
Hi, my name is Sock.
Okay, that was actually kind of good. I think she nailed that one.
I look like I would be groomed on Discord. What the actual Alright, I need to get out of this. I need to get out of this. In conclusion,
It's warping her brain, man. Being a femboy warping her brain, as it does all of ours.
I do not like seeing politicians run from accountability. I like transparency. If you change your mind on something, tell me why. This woke 1, woke 2 is a headache. I am done with it. What do you guys think? Do you guys think there's a chance AOC is being genuine? Are you willing?
I don't think anything about her has ever been genuine, and it never will be. No offense. She has a long history of being the exact same kind of horrible person. Never gonna change.
To believe politicians who have said
Like
they've changed their mind?
I thought there was a moment where she was asking about why people voted the way they did and why people liked her and also Bernie Sanders somehow. I thought she would listen and take that, but she went right back to crazy.
On things. Have you changed your mind on things since like 2020? If so, what? If you like this video, please subscribe, and if you can, please consider donating to my Patreon, link down below. All patrons get every single video a day early with no censors, no bleeps, totally raw. Also, I'm doing Patreon only live streams now. I'm planning the next one very soon.
I wonder how long her videos are completely, are they uncut? Like you get the full thing, or does she still cut them the exact same, but you just don't have bleeps? Like, what's going on there?
And so I would love to see you guys there. And for everybody else, I will see you guys soon with a new video.
Bye! That was Shoeonhead. I assume you already know who Shoeonhead is. But you know, in case you've never heard of Shoeonhead, she used to be boxy. She wasn't. I'm just joking. We like that video because we always like Shoe. Oh, 69,000. Nice. Shoe, if you watch this. Nice. Also, Halloween's coming up. Would you dress as Smug Alana for Halloween? You could do like a more covered up version. I know she has a lot of skin showing. You do not need to. You don't need to do all that. I'm sure a lot of people on Patreon would be down for it, but I feel like you'd probably be uncomfortable. All right. Let me know down below. Like, how do you feel the state of politics is going? Are you right? Are you left? I'm not gonna argue with you either way. However you choose to vote, that's how you choose to vote, and that's okay. I don't know what's going through your heart. I don't know what your history is. I don't know how you think. I don't know how you're feeling. So it'd be wrong of me to tell you you're doing the wrong thing because I don't know where you're coming from. Let me know down below. I'd like to see like who watches this and actually feels that. All right. Love and nachos, baby bears. Love and nachos. Mwah.